I'm Nick Seco from Home Right Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState, all powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice, online at homerightwaynesboro.com. You probably recognize this face, Brian Grant, who is the artistic director of the Chambersburg Ballet. We always love having you here because you bring so much energy and passion with what you do. And Gwen, we're going to have you explain in just a second here your part, because you're in the play Cinderella.
Yes.
So I'm going to have you start, Brian, and tell us about Cinderella.
Okay.
How is it? Is this your version of it?
Yes, this is a world premiere that I'm choreographing currently. We're this close to being done. This close. And based off of the music by Andrei Prokofiev. Sorry, yeah, just by Prokofiev. And we wanted to do something really big for our 25th anniversary celebration. So this is how we're kicking it off. It's been wild. There's those moments when you're choreographing and you have to think about it, work through it, and all that kind of stuff. That was more similar to Firebird. I had to work a little harder on that. This one is just flowing. And it's gonna be fantastic. There's a lot of dancing. There's a lot of movement on stage. Like the actual. Sorry, I'm getting goosey. I'm getting jittery.
I know you're
gonna break something again. Oh my God! Here we go. No, there's gonna be so much dancing, and actually, you could agree that there's a lot of dancing. I mean, even for the fairies and all that kind of stuff. So, and actually, our guest artists come in a couple weeks, and then it's off to the races. So. And
before we get to when is the show? It's in June.
June 6th and 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've choreographed this.
Yes.
How is this? Does this follow pretty closely the original tale of Cinderella, or is it different?
Kinda. It's kind of a blend of the original ballet version that was first started. I think it first debuted in 1947 at the Bolshoi, and then I blended that with a little bit of the Disney version. I
don't think I know the original ballet. What takes place in that?
Similar idea, except what is it? Cinderella's dad is widowed, and he gets married to the wife, and then the dad's still alive, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Whereas since I wanted to go more closer to the Disney version, where it was like her dad's not there anymore, but the mom and the sisters are just hateful. They do have she does have friends that are like bird friends and mice friends that come in and dance with her, try to cheer her up and stuff like that.
Is there a fairy godmother?
Oh yes, yes. Jenna Smith, who came last time. Yeah, so she's gonna be our fairy godmother.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so Gwen, I'm gonna turn to you. What are you allowed to talk to me about your character and who you're playing?
I am one of the 4 season fairies. I'm Winter. Yeah.
That's a little different.
I was going to say, I was thinking, I don't remember season fairies in there, but okay.
So they are the ones they're like the 4 fairies that fairy godmother kind of evokes to give the gifts to Cinderella for the shoes, the crown, the dress, and then she also gets a cape as well.
Okay, and so you play Winter, and what is the gift that you give Cinderella?
I give her the shoes, I also have a fairy attendant who gives her the shoes, but I do dancing before they do that.
Actually, I think her variation specifically is probably the most technical
Well,
out of all
and
4 of them.
I think that gift is the most important.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have any type of story if we didn't have that glass slipper.
Yeah.
How long have you been with the ballet?
Almost 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you. All at the Chambersburg Ballet, 10 years.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm turning 13 on June 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is she one of the longest?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
outside of Alcinda Burchill is playing one of the stepsisters as well.
Okay.
She's playing Prudence.
She's in college.
She's in college.
Yes.
She's on. I think she's got her senior year next year.
You started dancing when you were 3, and you stuck with it
Yes.
that whole time.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive. I think I think a lot of people are put in dance when they're really young, and they don't make it all the way until their teenage years.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. What's your favorite kind of dancing?
Well, ballet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Broke it again.
I enjoy the challenge.
Why am I like this?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll just do it.
We're just gonna have a. Hang on. This is. You know what we need to do is we need to put like bubble wrap all over the place when you come in. All right, hang on.
Thanks, Katie.
All right. Now you just be calm. I'm just kidding.
Hands
Just
where
don't
I can
knock
see.
the TV
No, not
off. Did you ever, I wanted to ask you, Gwen, have you tried any other kind of dancing?
Yes. I take one contemporary class a week, and then I go to summer intensives sometimes, and they'll have hip hop, jazz, modern, etc. But I don't do it very consistently as I do ballet.
And you find ballet to be more of the challenge. I can
Yes.
imagine.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
I feel like it looks, because the movements are a little bit slower, and more flowy, but I feel like that's the challenge of it,
It
to
is.
make it look like that it's all flowing. Are you in this particular
Yes,
production?
I am.
Okay, so
yeah,
tell
I
me
am.
about
I
that
am
part.
actually making my debut as the dance master.
Okay.
And my stage name is Bryansky Grandalepa, which is kind of it's kind of a nod to when the ballet was originally choreographed in Bolshoi in 1947. It's actually kind of a joke. My professor, when we did a spoof of a ballet, and everybody had made up Russian names, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to pay homage to that.
That's a made up Russian name?
Completely made up Russian name.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds legit.
Yeah, I know. But really, it's basically Brian Grant. They just turned it into Russian.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. Very fancy.
Yeah.
Very, I'm
so
not,
you're like, who's Bryansky Grandalepa? You'll know.
How many dancers are in the Cinderella?
Nearly 50.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you mean every single show
Yes.
is getting bigger and bigger.
That's
yeah, which
incredible.
is great. Yeah, we've had a few other dancers who joined us from other schools to kind of jump in. Most notably in the Stars.
Yes.
And and then we also have a bunch of returning alumni to also fill in the blanks for the roles and all that.
How often are the practices?
Almost every day.
Yeah, me
Every
every
day.
day. Yeah, I insist on having my Sundays. It's like I need a day.
So it's almost here. It's coming to fruition.
Yeah.
So we have the Cinderella show. The upcoming production is the 6th and the 7th.
Yes.
Tell me how to get tickets, the time.
So you go to chambersburgballet.org.
If you're watching us on YouTube, it's right here or at the bottom of your screen.
At chambersburgballet.org, you'll be able to find your tickets for not only our performances. So we've got 2 different types of performances. So the 6th is a ticketed performance where, pardon me, it's the world premiere. So it also includes, I think it's $15. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, $15 per ticket. That includes free popcorn and soda.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and then at the end of it, we're gonna have a Q&A with the guest artists that are coming in: Trisha Carter, Mark David Bloodgood. I might rope Jenna into it again because everybody loves her.
Yeah.
And then so that'll be on Saturday night at the 6th.
Okay.
Or Friday night
on
the
the
6th.
6th.
Sorry, I just realized my schedule had December on it, and I was like, I have to go back and
Well,
fix
you have
it.
a lot you're keeping track of. 50 dancers, your Russian persona,
Yeah.
so many things. So Friday the 6th, $15, you get the popcorn and the soda,
Yeah.
and you can come and do the Q&A.
Yeah, which will be right after the show.
$15.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's such a beautiful.
Yes.
It's Capitol Theater.
At the Capitol Theater.
Such
yeah.
a beautiful place. The seating is great. The popcorn is really great.
Yeah.
I had that when I came to see what did I come to see? The Nutcracker.
Okay, yeah.
And so then on the 7th, talk to me about that
So
show.
this is a huge deal because we're actually able to get a completely free performance because of some really generous grants that we had received from TFEC. I can't remember what all the words are. I don't want to mess it up. But we were very fortunate to get those, and we decided that we wanted to give a free performance to anybody who doesn't normally come to the ballet. So that gives us the opportunity to just get ballet out to people. My biggest goal is just more butts and seats, and I think that's the best way we can do it. So that's at 1 o'clock on Saturday. You still have to reserve your tickets, but it's all general admission. Obviously, free soda and popcorn is not included with that. But it should be a pretty wild show, especially with, I've seen a lot more people signing up that I've never seen their names before, and I was like, which is great.
More I think also, honestly, Brian, like your enthusiasm and excitement, it's contagious.
Very exciting.
I know you are, and I give you a hard time that we need to,
bubble wrap
everything, but it's just because I know you're so passionate about it, and you can feel it, and it makes you want to come and check it out.
Yes.
And so the performance after a lot of this, let me backtrack. Is because we have a lot of events to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Chambersburg Ballet. So there are some other things happening on the 7th.
Yes.
Walk me through that.
So on the 7th, after the free performance at 1 o'clock, we'll probably be done about 3 o'clock. We'll have a prince and princess party, which is always going to be really fun. That's for everybody from 0 to 15 years old. That tickets are $15 for that, and includes snacks. You get to make a craft. You're going to have a little bit of dancing. I think you have a dance lesson with me. We just sent the music over for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And the Prince and Princess party is at 4, did you say?
4 to 5:30.
Do you know who your DJ is?
I think it's you, isn't it?
It is me. I was hoping you were going to say, no, I'm not sure. It is me.
Yes.
I will be there at the Prince and Princess party
That'll
as
be awesome. Well, and then you're going to show up to the other party, which is for the big kids.
We're going to we're actually going to do a little swap out.
Okay.
I'm going to be there for the Prince and Princess party, and then Andy, who does the coach's corner, he's going to be coming and doing the rest of the DJ for the rest of the event.
So the big event, the really, really big event, is we're going to do Cinderella's Ball, which is going to be at 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Anybody 16 to 20, tickets are $25. Anybody who's a mature student, or a mature kid.
That is a good way to describe it.
We're a mature kid. Those are $50, but that includes 2 free drink tickets, all the food, DJ music and dancing. There will be a lesson on the Viennese waltz, which I found out is actually harder than I thought it was going to be, but it's going to be fine.
It's kind of like is it like a prom? Are you
going to
get dressed
we want it to be an absolute, huge ball, lots of dancing, lots of snacks.
Can I ask a silly question?
Yes.
So this is at the Capitol Theater?
At the Wood Center.
Okay, so where are the seats going?
For the Wood Center?
The Wood Center.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I know what.
Okay, Wood Center's upstairs.
Okay.
So we're basically taking over the whole facility for this. This is huge.
I was thinking, are we going to dance between the seats? Okay, so we're going upstairs, and I have not been up there. I've not seen that venue
awesome.
yet.
It's really awesome.
This is so much fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. I was like, why don't we do them both? And they're like, oh, BG, why you do this to us?
Is this your brainchild to do this?
It was kind of a combination with the board and I, and we had said that we already wanted to do something for the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
And I'm an ideas guy, so and they usually get blown out of proportion. I was just telling them about some of the stuff we want to do for next year, and I was like, I'm not going to choreograph that much, and I'm like,
yeah, you will.
I'm going to choreograph a lot next year.
Gwen, are you going to be at the Prince and Princess party since you're 13? That would be are you able to go to both? Or
I think I'm able to go to both since I'm performing.
That's a long day for all of you.
I want to make sure that they're getting definitely plenty of food and all that kind of stuff, but you'll actually be able to be a part of Cinderella's entrance to the ball. That's what...
That is so much fun.
It's going to be bonkers.
Who's catering the food?
Mia
Chaudhry.
There you go.
Okay,
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And so the Cinderella's ball, that's going to have adult beverages as well.
Oh yeah. Actually, we have I think it's going to be an open bar. They're actually hiring in a bartender to do all of that. They'll also have non-alcoholic beverages for people that are non-alcoholic, but I'm going to stick with the best ones.
What a fun event! I can just see, getting all dressed up, getting your hair done, going out for this nice night on the town.
Oh yeah, I'm getting the tux out for this one. This is going to be so much fun.
Well, now I have to think about my Prince and Princess party dress.
Oh yeah.
I'm not ready for it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we can find a tiara or two if you want to.
Yes, okay. Yeah. Well, I already have a few of those, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you should see the one that we got for the fairy godmother. It is ginormous.
I can't wait. This is so exciting. What are you most excited for, Gwen?
Performing. I love it.
Is this your biggest performance that you've done so far?
Probably, yeah. Most dancing. Yeah. I did have a lot of roles in Nutcracker, but I think I'm on stage for the most amount of time in this. Yeah.
That's so exciting. This is great. So
Yeah.
we have the actual production Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
Saturday, the 1 o'clock showing. It is free. You just have to reserve your seats.
Just have to reserve seats.
And then afterwards, bring the little ones for the Prince and Princess party, 4 to 5:30. And then the adults, 7 to 10.
7 to 10.
For the fancy Cinderella ball.
Yes.
All the details are online at chambersburgballet.org. Am I missing anything else that we wanted to make sure that we covered?
I might be a little crazy. You probably didn't miss that, though.
I don't think anybody picked up on that.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about this.
yes.
I mean, I've done a bunch. Actually, I think my first full-length ballet that I did with my teacher when I was growing up was Cinderella. So this is a big.
I mean, it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's such a wonderful play. Any kind of rendition.
Yeah,
It's been done.
I do have to work on the synopsis so I can make sure that it makes sense. But
Right.
I try to make sure that whenever I do a ballet, it makes sense. You just watch it and go, oh, I know what's
get what's
happening.
happening.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think the steps generally have to make sense with the story. So that's where that's kind of what the goal is for
Well,
me. So.
I can't wait to see it, and congratulations to you as well, Gwen. That's
you.
awesome. And Brian, thank you for coming back and sharing your excitement.
Oh, yes.
And then once this is behind you,
Yes.
what is the next step?
So next step, so we've got summer intensives coming up. We'll have a summer partnering workshop, which will happen 2 weeks after Cinderella, and then I'll have a couple weeks of break because we're going to be repainting the studio. Then we'll have little kids camps during July, which you can still sign up for those at chambersburgballet.org. We'll have a welcome back summer intensive at the beginning of August, and then we're right into the next season, which is so obviously we're doing Nutcracker. For our winter showcase, we're going to be premiering. So actually, I'm going to spill the beans. So we're going to be doing our Paquita Suite. So that'll be it's more class. We're going to go more classical this year, but definitely Paquita Suite. I'm choreographing a new piece called Arensky Variations, which is based off of it's a guy named Anton Arensky that did variations of music based on Tchaikovsky. So, and I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, and I was like, this is a fun little piece. So that'll give people a lot of chances to dance. And then, since it is 250 years of the United States next year, I'm going to choreograph a Stars and Stripes.
Oh, wow.
That's just for the winter showcase. So, yeah, I know. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
Good thing you had that energy in
Yeah.
you. But when we get closer to that, we'd love to have you back, of course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And give us more information on
Yeah.
that.
Well, and the biggest one, we're going to be doing Sleeping Beauty next year as well.
That's my favorite Disney.
Thank you.
That's
Me
my
too.
Favorite Disney.
Thank you. Yes.
Cinderella's up there, but Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, yeah.
That is my favorite.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Chambersburgballet.org. Thank you both so much for spending some time with us today. And let's talk TriState.
Thanks.
Thank you.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.